listening to part 3 and the ending of a live radio broadcast chatting to the Aboriginal elder River Morris about Dooligahl, which is the Australian version of the Bigfoot. But then we got on to Bunyips. We're talking on River's show, Bum Nuts on Toast on Flurio FM.
We have Aaron here with us now. Dave, good on you, brother. Yes, I seen your message in regards to min lights. Yes, I have encountered min lights. Yeah, with a mate of mine. We used to drive interstate and yeah, we seen a min light. Started off really small and we thought, like, this is on the Sturt Highway, like the gun barrel. And yeah, it was near Tennant Creek. And we had our semis parked in a bit of a circle type thing, you know, and we were in the middle with a little barbecue going. And we looked between the trailers of the trucks and we seen this light. And we thought, oh yeah, it's just, you know, probably a four-wheel drive with bull lights coming along, you know, or a truck with bull lights or a camper van or whatever, you know. But after about 3 or 4 hours, it was, you know, it didn't seem to change. But then after about 5 hours, it got bigger. And we were thinking, oh yeah, he's not too far away now, you know, whoever it is. But when it got to around about 7 hours of sitting there watching this thing, it just flew straight over top of us. Well, that was it then. In the truck, we were gone.
What's the significance of min lights to Aboriginal people?
Good question again. It's the spirit of life, of existence. Have you heard of orbs?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've spotted orbs, and it's the same sort of thing. It's a form, you know, of existence. But yeah, I've seen orbs, about 5 or 6 orbs, all jumping around, you know, moving around. They were blue ones, but this was white. This min light was white as white, and all we heard when it went over top was.
Was that like a whistle or air?
No, that was just me whistling.
Yeah.
I thought it was a yowie.
But just an air sound of...
Yeah, like...
Passing...
Yeah. Like that, straight over top of us.
And sat there for so long just to let you get a look at it?
Or? Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, we seen it. We were looking at it for hours. And then it just flew straight over top of us. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who've had experience with the min lights also. Yeah, we were coming from the pictures. Yeah, and we were going home to Uncle and Auntie's place and walking across the river, and we heard this splashing scene, this kind of about noise like that, you know. Anyway, and I said to Dave, I said, hey, cuz, did you hear that? And he's going, yeah, and we're looking over the side of the bridge, and it was a moonlit night. You could see anything. It was like daytime type thing, you know. Anyway, and we heard this like that, you know, and that's a weird sound, you know. Anyway, it was 3 of us. Anyway, we looked over and we heard this splashing, and then we seen this thing was like a width of a car. Would have been, I'd say, 30 foot, 20 foot long, and it had flippers and it had a long tail.
You said the head looked a bit like a cow.
Like a cow, yeah. Yeah.
So not really something an ordinary person can just imagine, really, because
no.
I'm an artist, so I can barely think of how I would draw that and put it together, you know?
Well, cows don't have flippers, because when I said to Uncle, he's gone, rightio, that's it, because he knows all about it. So we went back down there, took the torches down, the old dolphin torches, you know, and off we going down there, and you can see the slide marks where it went into the river. So he's went home, told his missus, she's got on the old landline where you know, the old phones, and yeah, she rang her sister and said, ever guess what the boys have seen?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Was it dying, did she say? Or injured, maybe?
No, it was getting something off the back, probably eating something.
Did it have a colour?
Oh, I couldn't really, kind of dark brown, dark brownish, kind of, a bit of kind of silver flakes, like fleck through it type thing. It was brown, dark brown with little bits of flecky type, the way the moonlight hit it, you know, the light.
Yeah.
But, it was, that was tricky.
And the bunyip's got important sort of meaning to Aboriginal people as well, right? With, concerning how much fish you should take from water and staying out at night near water and... Anything sort of more to it?
There's also in the rivers what they call mimmies, mimmy spirits.
Yep. Is that what we would kind of say is like mer people kind of?
Yeah, similar, but you don't go swimming at night because they'll just drown you. They'll take you away, take you under the water. You'll never be seen again. They're the bad mimmies. There's good mimmies and there's bad mimmies.
And they have a really important function, even just at a basic level, for keeping the river safe and sustained, right?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
I want to throw some questions at you just because I know how many people would love to be sitting in this spot, and some of them are in lockdown just waiting to do so, right? So I want to just ask some technical stuff, treating this as a being or animal that exists, and I want to know, some specifics about it as an animal. People have said they might speak English or may be able to speak in local language systems from Aboriginal groups. Do you believe that?
I've heard where one of them, my mate, said, "Brother, he just said my name." I said, "What?" And he said, "He just said my name." And I said, "You sure?" And we heard again, and sure enough, it was like he said Alan.
Wow.
Yeah, and my mate's name's Alan. But that's the only one I've heard. I've mainly heard a muttering and a gibberish.
A language that didn't make sense to you,
like
but
you
to
with
them.
that business and sound like a kookaburra,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I wonder if they're communicating to each other in words or it's the sounds that they're
It's
making.
their language.
Yeah, okay.
That they're communicating with each other to let them know where we are. You ever see where you got broken trees, where tree branches are broken?
Yep.
And they're all facing one way?
Yep.
Well, that's the way they're travelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And when you get the crosses, you get the tree crosses,
Don't go any further.
don't go any further. Yeah, because you're in their territory.
Wonder if they could have dialects and sort of local language systems themselves from, ones in Queensland might speak something different to Perth or down in Vic or...
Possibly. Like I said, I've had all of my encounters in New South Wales, but the different encounters I've had with different Yowies, their languages are different. The muttering's different to what you might say, for instance, you go to, out to, oh God, I mentioned it earlier. Out near Barradine, I mentioned it. Anyway, you might have, say, the likes of, I've seen them at Lithgow, along with the Panther. Like, you might have ones there, and I've seen the ones in, say, Bellingen. They're two different lots of muttering, two different sorts of gibberish.
Right.
That's like the same as like but one's higher, one's lower.
Yeah, okay.
It's and it's oh God, what's the name of it? Pilliga scrub.
Oh, yeah.
Pilliga. Out there, they're different again. So I think it's only through their network.
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't understand other than me mate Alan saying he said me name. Yeah.
It's not for people to know, I guess.
No, that's it.
You know of places, obviously, understandably not going to share them, but you know of places where they may be?
I could take you to a lot of places, brother. Places where you'd shit yourself.
But they do have areas where they congregate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or live for a long time? Or?
Well, see, that's why you see so many. They're very nomadic. They move because of the food. When the food moves, they move.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes they build their lairs like, like the Americans, they've got what you call blinds. They sit there and wait for the deer to stumble past or a pig, and they jump out and they shoot them. But they build their own lairs, the Yowie, and they wait for some unsuspecting pig to come wandering past, and they just grab them,
Wow.
But, I could take you some places where everything just stops.
Yeah.
No crickets, no birds, no sound whatsoever. The only sound you hear is your heart beating.
What do you think might be the animals, like the animal kingdom's perception of such a thing as a Yowie?
The animal kingdom.
So,
perception.
for example, you hear about birds and bugs going dead silent around them. How
that's letting us know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, hang on. I'm keeping quiet because I don't want to get eaten.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No one can say for sure, but how long do you expect they might live?
Well, I got asked that on numerous occasions. They're about the same as us.
Could be 100 years.
Could be 100 years. Could be 120 years.
And you've seen a family, and people have seen juveniles and stuff. So could they be reproducing to grow their population, or is it just about them keeping it
just
going?
keeping the population up. Just keep it going along. Yeah. Like you don't see, a family of 15 Yowies, or, nothing like that. It's, one or two. That's all they need to keep it going,
So they're not sort of concerned with growing and building a sort of
But there
community.
was talk of women and girls being taken.
Yep.
That's what I was saying earlier that I was touching on. So that's what you got to be careful. You get caught in that bush on your own, and that's what, back in the day, they were taking girls away.
Well, that would be my next question. With everything else aside and all of the other threats in the Australian outback, is there a threat to your safety as a person just out in the bush, one person just out in the bush, just from the Yowie alone?
No, they won't. They're inquisitive. Mm-hmm. Like, they like to know why you're there. But they won't intentionally come up and start, ripping your arms off or anything like that.
Not a predator?
No, not really. But if you encroach where they've got little ones, like the same with anything,
Yeah.
But they see you well before you hear or smell or see them.
So they'll let you know, get out of here.
Yeah. They'll tree knock, or they'll throw something,
And if you're a witty person, you're going to pick up on the little red flags
But some people aren't.
Yeah.
So, and they're some of the people that are not telling the stories.
Right.
That are not sharing it. They're going, if I say something there, I'm going to be classed as the village idiot type thing. You come running into town telling people at the pub, you go, oh, but guess what I just seen out in the scrub?
And I wonder
righty-o, Dave. Yeah, good on you, rah,
Yeah. And it makes me kind of wonder what the worst case scenario could be for them with that, that anxiety of being exposed as an idiot in the village, What do they think is going to happen? Are they going to be driven out there the same way that the Yowies out there, living separately from everybody else?
Well, see, that's the thing. And where people go, no, I'm not going to say anything, because next thing you know, there's going to be a busload of people going out there with guns or, utes and
iPhones
trucks are going out.
Selfie sticks and stuff.
Yeah, and your thermal cameras and all that sort of thing. I love what Dean Harrison and the lads are doing. All they're doing is bringing to the attention that they are out there.
Yeah, but a little knowledge is dangerous where someone doesn't fully understand the significance of what they're getting into if they go out there looking for it.
Don't go looking for them, that's all I'm going to say. And if you do come across them, stay right away. Alrighty, back with Aaron. You're on Bum Nuts on Toast by the River on Flurio FM. Yes, I mean, like, there are counsellors out there for people who have problems in regards to encounters. Because a lot of people, they say, yep, I've seen it, but I don't believe it. What am I going to do about it? No, I'll just let it go. That was just something that did I see it or not,
It's so cathartic to talk about this stuff, because I can just feel it coming off of you, how important it is to talk about. But also for me to hear it as someone that hasn't had experiences, I feel like this is healthy to talk about.
Yeah, like I said earlier, once you see one, you're going to go, right, now I understand what he was saying. I understand how he feels. I mean, and what you can say and what you can't say and who to say it to.
Yep.
Because you just can't walk into any place and just say, oh, excuse me, I don't know you, but can I ask you something? Or can I tell you something? They're going to go, get out of here. Who do you think you are,
So if I've just seen one and, I've just seen it and my brain's only just come back down to planet Earth and my heartbeat's gone back to normal, where am I going next? Who am I thinking of talking to?
If you know Aboriginal people, elders or anything like that, go and approach the elders and have a yarn with them.
Yeah.
But are you looking at going out to have a look, are you?
No. Actually, interestingly, having this conversation makes me think I've almost asked you everything I could have imagined to ask you. I'm sure there's a million more things I could ask, but it kind of puts it to bed for me in a way, because I don't feel like looking for this thing, or I feel like other people may hear our conversation and they may have another step in the part of the piece. They might lead someone else to go talk to someone else about it, and before you know it, there's all these conversations, all the right ones happening.
Well, if like you said, if anyone's out there tuned in to our conversation, feel free to give the text line a text, 0481 071 355, and if you've got any if you need to talk to someone, I'm sure you can speak to me, and I can refer you on to the likes of the necessary people.
If the Yowie and Dooligahl and all the variations of it were just to disappear or hypothetically go extinct, what effect does that have on the world that we're living in?
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of the world have heard about them, but a lot of the world hasn't seen them. They hear stories, they hear people talk about it, but they've never experienced themselves. I don't think it would make a real difference whether you've seen them or not, on what if they were here or not. I mean, they're here, but they don't want to be seen. Like I was talking about cloaking, they know that you're there. I mean, it's hard to say because the ones that I've had encounters with, they wanted to be seen.
Yeah.
They wanted me to know that they're there. They are here, but to a lot of people they're not. It was just a load of, crap, what people say. And I don't think it'll make a real lot of difference to the world.
If they were to just not be around anymore.
Not be around anymore. I mean,
where should we be aiming to get as a society in terms of the way we understand this? Should we be all wanting to come to terms with it?
Some people can, some people can't. I was never a skeptic because I was told at a young age about them. I guess it was just my time, to see one. And when I did see the first one, then I was seeing more of them.
Just again and again and again?
And again and again and again. And I was thinking, hang on, why me,
Yeah.
To a lot of people, they wouldn't give a toss about them, But there are other people who go, oh, geez, I'd like to sit down and have a yarn about it, but I don't know, whether it's appropriate because I don't think you understand. It's the understanding of why the Yowies are there. They've been here for a long time, but I don't know how long, to be honest with you, and I don't think that it'd make a difference if they were here or not.
Yep.
It's just that people have had encounters and they're not quite sure why they're here, what they're doing here, and what they are. It's the ones out there that have seen them but don't want to acknowledge the fact that they've seen them. Shall I tell, Bill or Barry about what I've seen on the side of the road,
farmers' secrets and stuff.
Yeah, or am I just making a total monkey of myself, Right thing, tricky stuff. But yes, there's a lot of skeptics out there, Aaron.
Thank you. I'm really enlightened. I just really can't believe I've had the chance to ask you these questions.
Not a problem.
I'm so thankful that you've shared this stuff with me.
Thank you very much for coming in and having your time to share in regards to, this topic. And like I said earlier, if there's people out there that have had encounters, feel free, to give us a text on that text line or even ring up here, and I'll be more than happy to have a yarn.
And for those that haven't had encounters, is it still something appropriate for us to be asking about and talking about and wanting to know?
Yeah, it's entirely up to the individual. That's why I decided to share mine and get it out there, because there's a lot of people don't want to come forward. But if you feel like you can't, well, speak to someone who will help you along the way.
Thanks for doing so, because it feels really right that you've done so.
Not a problem, Aaron. Thank you very much for coming in.